Welcome to the making of a DM. Have you heard of the ninth wonder of the world? If you haven't, buckle up because this show literally can and will change your life if you execute exactly what you're about to learn. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM, coming to you from a beautiful day here in Kirtland Hills, Ohio. It's been a long day. I got up at 3:30, went down and hung out with my dad at his birthday. He just turned 63 today. I accomplished a goal that I set out to do at 7 years old. Yes, 7 years old. About as much as I can tell you today. It's absolutely epic. Very proud of it. And I'm going to share the ninth wonder of the world today. Before I get started, I'm sitting here in the treehouse, 58 degrees, a little overcast, nice and cool. Beautiful day, 6 o'clock in the evening. Long day, and about to hop on the jet and head out to Utah tomorrow morning in the AM with the fam for a board meeting and some fun and pleasure and some other meetings. But if you've been listening to this show at the Making of a DM, I just want to say thank you so much. You know, I literally want to give you anything and everything for free. I want to help you. I want to help people. I get great joy in helping people that want to help themselves. It costs you absolutely nothing to be here, but I do know your time is the most valuable asset, and I do not want to waste it in any way, shape, or form. So I want you to know I'm here to bring the heat. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your mentor. I'm here to lead and guide and help people that want to accomplish great things in life, depending where you're starting at, no matter where you're starting at, I should say, because I started small-time hillbilly, small-town Ohio, so I know what's possible. And if you've got a chance to leave a 5-star review, thank you so much. If you haven't, please take a couple minutes and do so. Let the world know what's up at the Making of a DM. Again, the Making of the DM is not about me. It's about you. Making of the DM of your life, the deal maker, the deals you've made with yourself. You're either sticking to them or you're not. If you're not, we all fall off. I get it. The question is, how fast do we get back on? Dream making, deal making. It's your time. If you're brand new to the show, welcome. I'm going to share some real life stuff with you. It'll be about 30 to 40-minute show. My goal is here to share as much information as humanly possible in the short amount of time we have together. If you're on the treadmill, if you're in the car, or anywhere in between. Now, I can't promise I won't cuss today. I'm excited. I do have something very powerful to share with you. My goal is to get you the goods. So with that said, let's get started. So I get asked all the time. My team, like people come to me, I'm like, Mark, I want to make more money. I'm like, cool. How many people are you connecting with on a daily basis? That's like always the first thing. So I want to paint the picture. If you are not accomplishing what you want, it's not because it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in your life right now, but it exists in the world. And you haven't built the tribe or the audience or the eyes and the ears, if you will, to know that you even exist. You know, I see so many people out here like want to be silent billionaires. Well, that's going to be a very long, hard, tough job. I personally don't know any silent billionaires. And again, I'm not saying you have to be on social media talking about what you're eating for dinner and all that shit. What I'm talking about is if you're doing something and making waves, you, my friend, are going to accomplish more than you've ever thought was humanly possible with the ninth wonder of the world. The eighth wonder of the world, as you may or may not know, is compounding interest. The ninth wonder of the world is the power of one to many back to one. You. Let me say that again. Folks, listen, do not take what I'm about to share with you lightly in any way, shape, or form. This has made me 8 figures, soon to be 9. And it's made many, 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 many people 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures. Yes, 10 figures, billions of dollars with this concept. The ninth wonder of the world again is this. One to many, back to one, you. So let me explain this. And I'm also going to share with you today an even deeper thought to this, a deeper level. It's about knowing your worth. This is how you really can get access and tap into what you're really worth. By the way, I hate to be the news bearer of bad news or the real, I'm just shooting straight with you. Whatever's in your bank account is because that's what you're worth. Period. Whatever you charge someone is what you're worth. Period. You know, there's people who have supplement companies. They're the buy one, get one free. And then you have the ultra high-end supplements. It's like $50 for this pill. They both have customers. Which one do you want to be? Which one do you want to be? There's always a Walmart shopper and there's always a Neiman Marcus shopper. Who do you want to serve? So let me share this ninth wonder of the world with you, because you might be scratching your head saying, what the hell is he talking about? One to many, back to one. Well, you understand the concept of one to many. And if you don't, I'll explain it here. What I'm doing right now is the concept of one to many. I'm recording this podcast show in my treehouse, looking out the window, down a ravine, talking about something and sharing real powerful information. I'll record this for about 40 minutes. We'll send it in the system and it will be heard tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, ideally millions of hours globally, collectively for the life of this. I'll do it once and it will be forever. Let me say it again. I work once and it could be played forever. It's not like if I go dig a ditch, I work once, I got to dig a ditch again and again and again. In real estate, that's what I always hated about flipping real estate. I bust my ass to find a great deal. I bust my ass to raise the money. I bust my ass to rehab the house. And I only get paid once. And then I got to repeat the process again. Now, I'm not knocking it, but I hate it. Me personally. It's not an ideal situation because you got to keep working. If I stop working, the money stops coming in. So one to many. Here's some ideas of one to many processes. Books. There's a reason I write 1 to 2 a year, right? Podcast show. It's what I'm doing right now that you're listening to. Social media post, content, creatives, stories, lives, and everything in between. Email marketing. If I have 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, multiple millions, I could write one email and push send. And guess what happens? It gets sent to that amount of people. I'm literally in front of, let's use 10,000. I'm literally in front of 10,000 people with one email. One to many. Maybe you're doing appearances and events. Truth is, it's one of the hardest things when I do an event. One, it's very, very costly. And two, it's very hard. There's a lot of moving pieces. I respect anybody that puts on events continuously. I do it out of pure passion. I do it for charity. I do it for delivering value and connecting with my audience. Last one we did in June, we raised over $500,000 for an amazing charity. That's the power of one to many. We're talking about that today. Marketing. This is where I see a lot of people screw up. But Mark, my phone's not ringing. But Mark, I have a beautiful website. No one's going to it. It's like, okay, cool. How many people did you give your phone number out to today? How many people know your website address, Billy? But you don't understand. I'm busy. I don't know what to do. Do you see a problem in that? See, the beautiful thing about marketing, I don't care if you have the best number, 444-444. If no one knows your fucking number, no one's calling it. I don't care how great and how hard you work to get that number. No one cares. I don't care if you own 123.com. If no one knows that you have a domain or a website and you offer a service of value, no one's coming to your website just because you worked really hard, Billy. You researched so much. I don't understand why it's not working. I'm being a dick right now because I see this every single day. It's disgusting. What in your right fucking mind thinks that you don't advertise, you don't tell people your phone number, you don't tell people what you sell, you don't ask people to buy, you don't drive them to a website, but you sit around wondering why the fuck this isn't working? Because no one knows it exists. No one. How's it going to work? But that's why you're here. Because I want you to understand the power. And again, I swear this is the ninth wonder of the world. No one ever talks about it. I don't know why. We've talked about it half of the side of it. One to many. So picture a voice, a megaphone. One to many. I see one level of many. You know, maybe your many is 100 people in an audience. And then I go to social. Now I have 10,000 people as my audience. And then I go to email. Now I have 20,000 people in the audience. And then I go to podcast. Now I have 100,000. Then I go to marketing, paid. And now I have millions of people. I say one thing and it gets blasted to many. And then this is where the beautiful thing happens. You start bringing people into one, back to you. So I go to 100,000 and out of the percentage of that 100,000's coming back to me. See, when I talk to people and they're like, Mark, I just lost the deal, man. I'm having a bad day. I'm like, well, okay, that sucks, but you have 80 other deals in the pipe. It's just one of 80. Oh, this is the only one I had going on. Well, that's your fucking problem. You don't have enough going on. Most of you think you have so much going on, and yet if one thing falls, it all falls. That means you have nothing going on, or very little. 1 to a million, take that million, a percentage of that million is coming back to you. But you have to learn how to ask. See, all these people are like, content. Motherfucker, Walmart doesn't send me content and people buy off of it. Amazon doesn't send me content. They said, buy my shit. Top 7 items. Black Friday sell. This sell. That's. Is that content? No. They're selling you. And you're buying it. Everyone's buying it. When they push submit and send an email out to you, what do you think happens? All this money comes in their bank account because they're using this concept. I hate seeing everyday great people like yourself out here sitting here fucking thumb up your ass, wondering why things aren't working. This is why they're not working. This is truly why you're not growing to the level you're capable of. You're going 1-to-1. I'm a just the chest sales guy. Okay, cool. So you're broke. There's no way. It's never been easier. By the way, I did that for many years. I door knocked. I fucking canvassed. I farmed markets. I went to local pizza shops, put on flyers. I did bandit sign. I did all that shit for many years. But it's 2022 now. See, I'm not all about working hard. I'm all about working hard and smart at the same time. And I hope you are too. Think about this. If you talk to one person and they say no, that's 100% no. If I talk to 1 million people and 50, 80, 90% of them say no, I have a fat ass bank account. If 99% say no. See, everyone's like worried about rejection. Again, you don't have enough going on if you were worried about rejection. I've talked about this in the past. It's like if I go to the club, if I was single, which I'm not, I'm happily married with 2 amazing kids and my wife, Dina. But I'm a single guy. I go in a club. There's 500 hungry women that are there to date, and I'm the only guy. my odds are pretty good. But if I go to meet one person one-on-one and I don't like them, they don't like me, it's a 100% one to many. Put yourself in the position to succeed at big-ass levels. Too many people pussyfooting around acting like they're playing big dog shit. We spend so much money, we invest so much money in marketing to keep our message in front of people every single day. Click here now, click here now, click here now, click here now. Buy now, buy now, buy now. Vote, 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 vote. Depending on what your product or service is, depending on what your offer is, depending on what your market presence is, depending on how much product you have to deliver, these are all things you got to take in consideration with your amplification of your voice. If I went and spoke in front of 500 people and I only had 10 units and there were 10,000 a piece, because I would never go speak at an event unless I could make $100,000 ever. I mean, the jet costs probably 50 or 60 grand just to get there, but minimum $100,000. Do you think if the offer's on point, there's 500 people, I'm feeding a hungry crowd, I delivered amazing value, they see it, they like it, they want it, but I only have 10, for real, not bullshit 10, for real 10. Do you think I'm going to sell out? Or do you think I'm going to be upset because no one bought it? See, the thing is, not everyone in the room might not be able to qualify financially. Maybe they're not there mentally, emotionally, for whatever reason. They just don't like me. I'm cool with that. But the problem is, if I'm doing this one-to-one, how long do I have to work to make 10 sales talking to all these people one-on-one? This guy takes 30 minutes. This old lady takes 40 minutes. This young guy takes 3 hours because he's got to fucking ask every question under the moon because he's a pussy and he can't pull the trigger. And he's trying to have me convince him, but I'm not going to convince him. But I need the money, so I'm going to convince him. We've all been there, right? And then you take his money and you hate that you took his money 3 weeks later. I'm not in the convincing business. I'm in the sharing. This is what we got. This is what we can do. Are you in or out? I don't care either way. And when you come from that position, and I'm not saying be a dick about it. I'm not saying the product's junk. I'm saying that you have some real value. You have some real knowledge. You have some real insight. It could be implementation of something. It could be a product. It could be a funnel. It could be a service. There's a lot of things it could be. But you only have 10 in front of a 500-person crowd. You're probably going to be okay. Too many people are not doing one-to-many. I don't get it. It's silly. You're stealing from yourself. You're stealing from them. You're stealing from your future. And not only that, let's be honest, it jacks your confidence up. One-on-one, boom, no. One-on-one, no. Boom, no. One-on-one, boom, no. One-on-one, no show. Shit, just wasted 6 hours. One-on-one, no. One-on-one, no. One-on, maybe. One-on-one, 6 weeks goes by and you haven't done dick in profit. But you've busted your tail. You've done everything you're supposed to do. You thought, and that's where you're left. Now, I'm not saying you're not learning and you're not growing from that, but there's easier ways in 2022. Share your content consistently on social media. Invest money in marketing. Capture emails. Build trust, rapport, and relationships on an autoresponder. You don't know what an autoresponder is? Well, that's a fucking problem. Go on Google and type in autoresponder. We'll talk about it one day. It's made me tens of millions of dollars and many, many, many people I know. Autoresponder. You write them once, you plug them in, and they auto respond. I'll share it with you now because I have to. So, for example, you go to a web page. Hey, Bill, you'd like to receive the 7 blah, blah, blah tips. Yes. Put your email in now. Brrr. Submit. You're captured in my email system now. 3 nights before that, I wrote 7 autoresponders to connect with you over the next 30 days. As soon as you opt in, I'm going to ping you. Hey, Bill, congratulations. Welcome to the blah, 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 right? Day 3, Bill, as promised. Day 7, Bill, can you believe it's been 7 days already? Man, this guy really knows me. Man, he's 7 days. How do you know that? My system knew that. Day 30, Bill, it's been a month. It's time to shit or get off the pot. Have I delivered value? Yes or no? If no, there's an unsubscribe button on the bottom, because if I can't do it in the first 30 days, I sure in hell can't do it in the next 30 years. Right? Have fun. Use your personality. Be you. Connect. What's really cool about this is the truth is the majority of my friends, some of my best friends in my life today that I travel with, hang out with their families, go to their birthday parties, they come to my birthday parties and all this shit, come through that process. I market, they come into a funnel, right? I market the mini, a percentage comes into the funnel, and then I extract, and a percentage comes to me directly. And then we start forging a relationship. Every single person listening to my voice can do this immediately. Immediately. And when you do this, you start understanding the power of one to many back to one. 100 people, 200 people, 2,000, 20,000, 2 million. The bigger you get. This is exactly how, I hate to even say their names out loud, the Kardashians. Literally, they print money 24/7 because they have a massive, massive audience. They don't know 99.9999% of the people following them, but they're making a shit ton of money by connecting with them one to many. You can do the same thing. We all can do the same thing. It's never been more accessible than today. If you're listening to my voice, you have it easier. Easier. You're 15 years ahead of me, minimum, in the game of marketing, in the game of exposure. From 1996 till 2005, I had to market my ass off. Door to door, 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 business card, meeting. Now I can literally, hey guys, what's up? Hanging out here and blah, blah, blah. On social, boom, go to tens of thousands of people. Guys, if you want to join me on the yacht, shoot me a message now. Bing, 30, 40, 50, 80, 100 plus people message me. Damn. You know how hard it would be for me to find 100 people that want to invest $10,000 in themselves on an amazing experience? It would be hard. It is hard. 101. But I didn't work any harder shooting that fucking video than you're doing taking pictures of your food at night and posting on social media. Then you're taking a picture of you drinking a beer, watching a football game on social media. Connect with your audience. One to many. Very powerful. And I'm not saying you need to be extracting 24/7, but you need to be connecting 24/7. I'm connecting with you. I'm raw. I'm authentic. I'm genuine. I'm a dad. I'm a lifestyle guy. I own lots of business. I have cool cars, cool houses, fly private, do this, do that, hang out with some cool ass people. I'm sharing that shit. I don't care if you like it or not, because a percentage will. And that's the percentage I want to roll with. I'm not trying to hang out with the people I don't want to roll with because I'm trying to be cool, I'm trying to be nice. Hey guys, by the way, my name's Mark Evans. I'm kind of in the middle of the road guy. I really don't like this or like that, but I kind of like this. If you like it, I kind of like it too. Fuck you. I don't like that. This is what I like. This is who I am. If you don't like it, that's the beautiful thing, one to many. It doesn't matter. I want to help people. I want to connect with people, but I can't connect with people that don't want to help themselves. I'm just like talking into a black hole for no reason. No one wins. This podcast show is going on for 2.5 years. I've met some amazing badass people from this show, the podcast show. Some of my best friends come from email autoresponders, like I said earlier. I had people in my mastermind that pay $50,000 a year from a book, a $14 book. They read it, they resonated, they reached out, we connected, and now we're boys. But I had to put in the work. All this shit I'm talking about sounds cool, but I had to stop and do the work. I had to pony up some money to create the books. Had to create content. I had to connect with people. Lots of DMs, lots of one-on-ones. Hey, man, thanks for reaching out. Hey, man, likes, hearts, boom, rocket ships, boom, 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 boom. Constant. Micro commitments. You commit to me, I'll commit to you. That's my philosophy. If you send me a message, 99.9, unless I've missed it, I heart it and do a rocket ship almost every time. That's my way of saying, yo, what's up? That's the nod. That's the virtual nod from me. What's your virtual nod? I don't need to write a fucking book back to you. I'm acknowledging it. I'm connecting with you. I'm letting you know I saw it. And then the relationship starts from there. 1 to many, back to 1. 1 to 1,000,000, a percentage of the million trickles back down into your life, into your bank account, into your goal. Like, literally, get a bigger audience, you'll make more money for the rest of your life. Kardashians at this point, or anyone at that level, cannot not make money. It's impossible for them not to make money. Impossible. They can wake up and send a message and make $1 million. Post. They don't have to sell anything. Companies will pay them to do a picture of a post and give them $1 million to do it. Because they know their worth. They know their value. Which brings me to point number 2. Do you know your worth? I remember back in early 2000, a guy hit me up. He's like, dude, you're the best real estate guy I've ever met. Actually, I paid this guy $5,000 to train me. He was a mentor of mine in late 90s. And he knew I was the real deal. I was always working on myself, pushing hard, investing, and just pushing, grinding, doing the work. 16-hour days, 7 days a week kind of thing. He knew it because he was my coach. He was my mentor. Then one day I reached out. He's like, hey, man, I'm expanding my business into the real estate coaching space. I want you to be the first coach. I'm like, huh? First of all, I was flattered. Secondly, I'm like, okay. And then third, he said $100 an hour. Now, where I come from, I'm like, $100 an hour is a lot of money. But trust me, I was making way more than that back then. But to talk on the phone for an hour to make $100 sounded pretty cool to me in early 2000. So I said, okay, I'm in. Until he booked me up 6 or 8 hours a day. And then I realized about 3, 4, 5 weeks into it that no one was doing the fucking work. Actually, when I say no one, only a very small percentage actually do the work, like 5%. Most people come there. It's kind of like the equivalent of like, my dog ate my homework. It's almost like the alligator ate the homework too, right? It's a bunch of bullshit. So you're like, you're a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm a driver. I'm a business owner. I'm a leader. I'm pushing. It got to the point where I was like, did you get it done? Yes or no? Nope. Cool. I'll talk to you next week. You know what the fuck needs to get done. There's nothing to talk about if you didn't do the work, right? But what it did do for me is it gave me a sense of value, what my time was worth. I started asking myself, what's my time worth? See, in the beginning, if you have nothing going on, but you have value, you can help people, your value is your time, your energy, your insights. Maybe that's worth $10 an hour, $20 an hour, $200 an hour, $2,000. I don't know what that's worth, depending on the situation. But you could know that because every scenario has a potential value in place. Like someone checking you out at a store, grocery store, might be $20 an hour. I don't know how much you'll get paid, but the max they're going to get paid is X amount an hour, right? No one's getting paid $100 an hour to check out at the counter. But if you're a checkout consultant and you know how to bump it up by 2% across the board across 13 stores, you might be able to charge $20,000 an hour. Right? Because you're going to get the bump. You're going to get the rise. This is why when you hear people like, dude, why would they pay Tony Robbins $1 million for an hour? Because he understands his value. He has hundreds, if not thousands of people standing in line to pay him $1 million for 1 hour. Yes, thousands. People pay Warren Buffett $500,000 to $1 million to go to lunch with him. He understands his value. This is a process. This is not something you're going to discover overnight. And this is a number you're going to keep rising up. I personally I don't do one-on-one because I'd rather invest the time in my teams, my companies, because I can get a bigger lift. You could pay me 50 grand for an hour. I can make more money in that same exact hour by going to my team and helping them make something better, quicker, process it out, hire another person or whatever, and then grow the company by $800,000 for the same effort, same hour. Does that make sense? So once you start building and understanding your worth, I remember I was sitting at a golf course with a couple guys, and I told them, I was like, dude, you guys spent $3,500 for a 2-day event. And they're like, what? People will pay that? I'm like, actually, they'll pay $5,000 minimum. But start out $3,500 to get confidence built up. Guess what? They did that. Guess what? They don't even do that anymore because it's not worth their time. They did it for 2.5, 3 years. And they woke up and said, dude, I don't want to do that. And now they have 500 people paying them $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month for the same exact hour a week. Again, evolve, learn, understand. There's a lot of power to what I'm talking about. And if you really get it, you really get what I'm sharing with you, can change your life, can connect the dots with people. No one's sounding douchey. There's a guy right now I know. He called me up. He's like, dude, that guy wants to charge $30,000 an hour. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm like, huh? What's his name? I kind of like it. I like that. It takes balls to ask $30,000 an hour. And I know his character. It's just the piece he puts out there. Because if you do have the balls to pay him 30 grand, this guy will spend way more than an hour with you. That's what's cool about this game that we're all playing. Life. So I want you to understand what I just shared with you. I genuinely hope if you never listen to another show of mine because I'm too loud, too crazy, I cuss too much, whatever, well, that's who I am. But I hope you take this information and absolutely execute it, kill it, create massive value for yourself, massive value for your clients and prospects, and go one to many, back to one. The ultimate ninth wonder of the world. You have it in your powers now. You cannot unhear this. What you do next is up to you. And every day you wake up and there's less money in that bank account, it's not because the money doesn't exist. It's because you, my friend, you're just not doing the fucking work. You know it, and I know it. And I don't want you to do that. I want you to get the money, help people, get more money, help more people, get more money, help yourself, help more people, and just keep evolving. That's what it's about. Get started. It's go time. And by the way, there's a compound effect in all this too. Books, podcasts, social, email, appearances, events, marketing, etc. You can do all those simultaneously once you get going. And within, like literally you can push a button and create so much momentum. You'll shift. You'll make moves that you never even thought were possible. Make $1 million in an hour. I know it's real. I've done it. I'm not telling you anything I haven't done. I use social, podcasts, and email and marketing to make that happen. I've done it multiple times. And you can too when you get going. Get it set up. Keep me posted. Shoot me a message over on Instagram at Mark Evans DM. I'm here. I'm watching you. I'm ready to go. Enjoy the ninth wonder of the world and enjoy those profits. Make today count.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. And I come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. Thought they should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker,
This is the podcastfactory.com.